lies down for a while. Morning folks, it's Monday. We're out on the field again. We're not doing any building, seeing it's bank holiday. We're doing metal detecting. So if we find anything wonderful, I'll bring you back and show you. Bye now. There's a sad sight folks. We got a massive cloud of black smoke and the engine stopped because I pulled the stop button. But it looks like it could be the governor on the injector pump, which is the other side actually. He said walking on the other side. The governor on the injector pump is stuck. Right, now I did, when I first got this tractor, I replaced these tubes with copper pipe because the steel pipe that Ford fits was full of holes. Right, now that is a vacuum governor which opens out the injector pump as you open the throttle. Opening the throttle opens a butterfly in the inlet manifold, and the vacuum is transferred down here and it pulls that back to open this. Now it sounds like it's gone flat out, but I don't know. I'm going to investigate, so I'll go and get some tools. It starts, but it immediately goes to full throttle, and I don't know why. So we're going to have to investigate this. I'll bring you back if there's anything interesting or good to tell you, but it's a bad portent because the only part of this tractor that I haven't actually done anything with is the engine. And very often when engines have been stood for a long time and then they get started up and put into work, they blow head gaskets. But there you go. It is what it is, and we shall fix it. Bye now.
Random iron.
Here we go folks. One brass curtain ring. Bits of random iron. Possibly a blade, well, a blade of some sort. It looks for all the world like a Victorian carving knife, but you really can't tell. It's very thin, but it's not springy. I've broken it now. Right, and various bits of heavily mineralised iron. Little donkey shoe, little bit of tiny pony shoe perhaps, or it could be anything else, and bits of highly mineralised iron. The one thing was a brass curtain ring, which came up like a beep straight away. It knew what that was. One of the reasons you don't find anything when you're metal detecting is because it's nothing there. Right, tractor. The tractor has, as I correctly diagnosed, the diaphragm in the governor is split, which meant that the tractor was flat out all the time. There was no suction, there was no vacuum from the throttle valve. So, well, the vacuum was there, but it couldn't act on the diaphragm because the diaphragm was split, and so it was flat out all the time. That's the good news. The bad news is the radiator's buggered as well, so I'm going to order a new radiator on a diaphragm. And then we have to hope that we haven't blown the engine up. But I don't think we have. Right, that's Monday over, folks. I'll see you all tomorrow. Bye now. So, folks, Tuesday, and believe it or not, this wonderful Listen glass accumulator is a metal detector found. There's plenty of lead in there, and it certainly gave us it was over a foot down, but it certainly gave us a big blip. Amazing, eh? Can you see what it says in there? Listen. Bye now. Right folks, Tuesday evening. Keith's had a bad back, so we've been metal detecting again. Aren't we, a bunch of skivers? That's an interesting little find, a little medallion of some sort, we're not sure, but old. Right? Some very butch horseshoe, proving that that end of the field was ploughed. That's a big cart horseshoe. And yeah, that, and the handle, this handle, knife handle, which I thought might go with that. but maybe it doesn't, who knows. I think that's been a bigger handle at some time. Oh, that, no, you're right actually, that could be a
little knife like this.
yeah, a little knife like that, but they
Knife.
don't usually have it like that, do they? That's maybe had a cap on it.
Had a cap on it, I would have said.
Yeah, that's come off. Okay. Right, so Tuesday's done. Tomorrow we're going to try and do some work. We better do some work because otherwise we'll be in big trouble. See you later. Bye now.
Hey, wait a minute.
Morning folks, Wednesday. A very, very, very fine wet mist is descending. It's dull, overcast and cool. Just what you'd expect for an English summer. Or at least late spring. Right, the next two are about to be built. In sparrow fart time, because we know what we're doing now. We must make sure that we make them that wide, not that wide. Because that's how wide we want them. Otherwise, we have to put 2 bits of wood on. Right, because if we have this flat surface here, we can put the diagonals on that way. Just to stop that leg moving like that. Right, onward. That's it folks, number 2 in. As you can see we step up as we go up the hill and we're just starting on number 3 and then we have to build a roof over it. But we're going to work that out as we do it. It's probably going to be a roof at 3 different levels. The roof will step down with the hill. With the hill. There we go. Right, onward. Right folks, Wednesday, packing up time, and all the basic framing is up. That's a plain front there, and we have a matching front but one with a door in it. So in front of each pair of kennels is a plain front and a front with a door in it. We're then going to take a frame vertically from the sides of the kennels and we're going to build one roof over those 2. We're then going to step up maybe a foot or so, 18 inches, build the second roof over the second 2, and then step up again and build another roof over the third 2. So the roof will step down with the land so that it stays flat, and it's going to slope to the front. We were going to slope it to the back, but now we're going to slope it to the front. We're going to have to put a gutter on it and run it into a water butt there. Right, so it's beginning to come together now. But what we can do here is we can take verticals from here straight up to support the roof, another one from there, another one from there, to break the centre span of the roof. I think it's going to work. I'll see you all tomorrow for more fun and games. Bye now. Morning folks, Thursday. We're about to rob the starter off that, because the starter on that one has quit and it's playing silly buggers. It looks like the plastic gear that meshes with the flywheel has broken internally. So I'll bring you back when we're swapping it over. Bye now. Well, there you go folks, 3:15 and the mower's fixed again and the tractor's fixed again with a new starter on it, but unfortunately that's all we've done today. What a pain that was. I don't quite know what's wrong with this one. Oh, I do know what's wrong. Something's sheared inside there. That should be locked to the rotor, and it's obviously not, so there's something sheared off inside there. So I'll have to pull that one to bits and see what's wrong with it. Right, now I'm going to put the little cowl back on there, just to cover that up. See you later. Right folk, that broken spring has defeated us as to getting it off. The spring at the bottom has ridden up around the nut head tight and we can't get it off. It's going to be, I think, an angle grinder job, so what we need to do for now is to just repair it so that the seat isn't falling over backwards like this. So we'll have to see what we can do tomorrow, because it's night now, as they say. But it's starting again anyway. It's starting perfectly well. That's starting perfectly well. Keith, tomorrow it could well be put the Fordson back together, because the radiator's come. So that's it for Thursday, folks. Bye now. Morning, folks. Friday, and the new radiator is heading up to the Fordson over there. So we're going to crack on with that. I've lost my jumper somewhere around the field, which means I put it down. There's an alternative view of the new kennel block, which we're supposed to be roofing today, but never mind. It's looking good. I'll bring you back when I'm doing something interesting. Bye now. First job completed, bonnet off. Then we have to take the front cowl off, the radiator cowl off. What a game this is. Right, okay, let's get into it. See you in a minute. Step 2, cowl off. Luckily, I left enough cable to lift the cowl off without disconnecting the lights. Wasn't that clever of me? No, it wasn't. It wasn't planned, it just happened that way. Right, onward. Doesn't it look naked? Tractor in pieces in the middle of the field. But what a glorious day for it, eh? What a glorious day for it. Never mind, these things are sent to tryers, and tryers they will. Bye now. There she goes, folks. New radiator on, all bolted up, cowls back on. The inner cowls back on, should I say, and I've got most of the hoses back on. And it's going all according to plan. There you go. There we are, folks. All back together with its new radiator in now. And we had a temporary breakdown with the little tractor because it ran out of petrol and it wouldn't start, and then it would start. So there you are, it must have been flooded. Right, back together, new radiator in. Antifreeze on the deck ready to put in. We now need to go and get the water, which is going in the tractor. Oh, new diaphragm in the governor. So that's done, all back on. So there we go, it's water time. Right, I'll bring you back when it's running, I hope. Bye now. Right, folks, she's running again. That's the good news. The bad news is it's smoking quite a lot and it's off the cylinder. The back cylinder is cold. So we've, let's guess, the piston grabbed and it's smashed the ring. So it's probably going to be engine rebuild time. So there you go. What a sad end to the week. Never mind. Bye now. And yet, there is some good news. As the Langtoft Road train starts its weary trek back across with all the tools and the water in it. As I drove it up here, it came onto the fourth cylinder and it stopped smoking a lot. So it may be alright. If it is, it is. If it isn't, it isn't. A rebuild kit's about 400 quid. So who cares? But I've only myself to blame. It does tell you in the manuals, every time you use the tractor, before you start the engine, check the oil, check the water. I didn't check the water, it had run out and it's overheated. Right, folks, on that cheery note, I will leave you with me standing under the massive ash tree. That's a hell of a tree, is that? At Langtoft. on a beautiful sunny afternoon with the tractor fixed and a new radiator in. So, thanks for watching. Thank you all for subscribing. If you haven't subscribed yet, I'm still getting a higher percentage of viewers that haven't subscribed. So if you haven't subscribed yet, please do, because it costs nothing and it helps me with the channel. We're up to nearly 800 now. 742 I think it is. And it's going well. I'm pleased. Right, that's it. I've had enough for this week. I'll see you all next week when we will be probably cutting the grass, putting a roof over our wonderful new kennel system, and generally playing about in the sun. Bye now.